Tonight, the Atlanta Swarm take on the Queen City Corsairs. Both teams need to separate themselves amongst the Eastern Conference. Mexico City got it done today to improve to 5-4, and one of these teams is joining them at the top of the middle of the pack. Atlanta and Queen City have had some crazy games in the past. Time running out, crazy last-second plays. Don't go anywhere because this is going to be fun. Atlanta and Queen City right now. Welcome to Concro Field in Buffalo, New York, for tonight's SFL Fan Night. Week 9 game of the week between the 4-4 Atlanta Swarm and the 4-4 Queen City Corsairs. Good evening alongside Stephen Mullinex. Logan's on stats, Logan Keel, and I am Cameron Irvine. Atlanta and Queen City set to do battle. Hello, Stephen.
Hey, Cam. Great to be here tonight.
We've got Atlanta in black and Queen City in black. I don't know how that happened. The pants are different. The helmets are different. Coin toss is next.
Road board. Made it to the show.
Gentlemen, please make your call.
Tails.
Stephen, have you ever seen anyone wear black on the road?
It is heads.
No, it's an interesting tactic, Cam. Maybe they're hoping that the ball will get turned over a little bit more just by the confusion of it all. And I'm sure that we're going to get confused a lot tonight. So buckle your seatbelts, folks. This one's going to be one for the ages.
No, we're professionals. We're professionals.
Yeah, you are.
Atlanta is in the gray helmets and gray pants. Queen City's in all black. This is Fan Night, and let's kick it. We're underway. From the 8-yard line, it's Joe Simpson on the return up to the 28-yard line. And A.J. Caswell and the Queen City Corsairs come out to play first.
Yeah, it's always great to be here. Queen City Corsairs home. You know, this guy here, the coach of this Queen City Corsairs team, is like the Bill Belichick of the SFL. Let's see what he has under his sleeve tonight.
3 receivers for the Corsairs who start tonight against 4-down linemen. The handoff goes to Ash Odom, and Ash Odom gives a vicious stiff arm out to the 36-yard line to pick up 8.
Yeah, this Odom, man, delivers a pop right at the point of attack. The guy is certainly a beast in this league, proving it again this season. Just a lot of power behind those trunk-sized legs of his.
And that's how you start the night, ladies and gentlemen. 5,060 bits from Ray Bentley. As the pass from Caswell is incomplete, we'll bring up 3rd down and 2. Hawkins supplies the pressure.
Well, this is a good way for Queen City to come out, establish the run early, really put their signature on this game from the very beginning, and being at home to open up, nothing better. What are we laughing about here?
I missed Curtis just moments ago donated 5,000 bits.
Oh,
and
wow.
Took his spot on the leaderboard, and Ray Bentley gave him 5,060 as a counter and reclaimed, or 5,115 rather, and reclaimed his top spot on the board. And I'm so sorry, Curtis, I just missed it because it went away in the chat so quickly. Because we're popping tonight.
We'll talk about reclaim. You know, this Queen City offense here, reclaiming their title as one of the most balanced offense here in the SFL, both to the pass and to the run.
The handoff goes to Odom. He's wrapped up after a pickup of 2 yards. Dags 83 with 83 bits. And we're not forgetting about you, Lashero 82. Your 1 bit is very, very appreciated. 3 bits from NYI fan, 3 bits from Lashero 82, SFL player personnel with 4. We're all over it. We're all over it tonight. 2nd and 8 at midfield for Caswell as he flips it outside, caught for a 5-yard pickup by Memphis Blue. 3rd down and 3. How are Stephen and I sounding out there, everybody? Let us know.
Hey, every bit counts out there, guys. Even that 1 bit, every bit counts. So when you see something happen, maybe something happens with your player, a play that you really like, throw some bits at us. Get a shout out there by Cam. Lets us know that we're doing a good job and you guys are enjoying what we're doing here.
we try. Queen City on their opening possession is on the move. As Caswell drops back the pass, steps up in the pocket, hit by Hawkins, and then he drops that one to the ground. Hawkins supplying a lot of pressure there on that opening drive, and Atlanta gets a stop to start the game.
Yeah, a lot of time for the quarterback there. He was able to move nicely in the pocket. He felt the blitz. He felt the pressure all around him. Just didn't have enough time to get the ball to a receiver. Good coverage there by the defense.
So Queen City will punt it away from Atlanta's 45-yard line. These two teams played a very close game in Atlanta earlier. We'll break down the playoff standings as updated from today's 5 o'clock games in just a second. What a punt down to the 5-yard line. Queen City going to pin Atlanta deep for their first possession. DeMar Woods coming out, and I tell you what, Stephen, I don't think any quarterbacks play better on fan night consistently than DeMar Woods.
Yeah, we saw him make some incredible plays earlier this season. Really put that name on the radar for us and a lot of SFO fans. Let's see if he can live up to all that hype tonight.
Max Jackson with 50 bits. Director of Player Personnel with 300 bits. Dags with another 83 bits as BDG Hollywood loses 2. Lashero with another 1 bit. So here's the standings as updated from earlier today. The Queen City Corsairs and Atlanta Swarm, there they are, 4-4, 9th and 10th. There at the bottom, outside looking in, San Francisco's the only 4-5 team. Number 11, handoff to Hollywood from the 2-yard line. Hollywood picks the block, breaks a tackle, gets only 3, maybe 3.5 out to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, here so deep in their own territory, not unusual to make the choice to run the football to give your punter a little extra yardage. But this play here is going to tell us a little bit about how aggressive Atlanta's offense is going to be tonight.
3-2 look for Queen City's defense. Winner goes to 5-4 and moves up into that mix, and the loser falls down with San Francisco at 4-5. Atlanta stays conservative, runs it on 3rd down and long. It'll be 4th down and 4 at the 11, and Queen City's defense gets a stop. Both defenses have shown up early.
And nearly got the first down there, just 4 yards away. You know, just a good bet here by this Atlanta offense that giving it to Hollywood is always a good chance he can break it. If not, give your punter a little extra room.
Coming into the game, Atlanta's defense 4th in the league. They give up just 19.75 points a game. Simpson on the return out to the Atlanta 44-yard line. So earlier this season, Queen City and Atlanta played what was a pretty awesome clash at the Hive. Atlanta exploded. They were down in that game, and they ended up scoring 3 straight touchdowns, one 24-17 in a nail-biter. That gives them the advantage over Queen City coming into the night. That's why they're 9th. And the Corsairs are 10th. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 44. 2 receivers off the left to Caswell. That's where he hands it off to Odom. Odom breaks the tackle. Ash Odom gets popped by Lee. Aaron Lee on the tackle near a first down for big number 22.
Yeah, and that's his MO. He will barrel through bodies like a hot knife through butter can. Odom, if you let him. If you let this big guy get rolling like that and get those chunk yardage like that, it makes the game a lot easier for Queen City on offense.
On the outside of scoring position, 2 in the backfield for Queen City here in a tight set. Handoff Odom again. He's got blockers. Odom 30-25. Ash Odom to the 23-yard line before Lee brings him down again. I got to tell you, Stephen, that made me very nervous looking at that formation. All those blockers in front of Ash.
Yeah, wonderful job by all those guys in front of Ash Odom, and good patience by the running back, allowing the play to develop, making the maximum amount of blocking before he takes off and uses that acceleration that he has. If you are Atlanta right now and you're on defense, you're worried that this big fella's got it going early.
4 carries, 31 yards for Ash Odom. Coming into the night, or coming into the week, he was number 2 in the league in rushing at 1,070 yards. The former Alaska Storm player, who's just bouncing off of people, picks up 6 and into the red zone to the 16-yard line. Odom is eating.
Yeah, absolutely, and good tackle there by the linebacker. You do not want to let this guy get to those second-level defenders, especially in the secondary. I just one-on-one. That's a guy you don't want to meet in the back alley, if you know what I mean.
Atlanta's giving up 83 rushing yards a game. Queen City's running 135 yards per game. That pass caught easily, wide open, was Simpson, 1st and goal for the 9-yard line, and 5 bits from Orb Father and 5 bits from Yadoncha.
Well, this becomes a very easy game for Coswell if this rushing game for Queen City gets going like this. It's going to be pitch and catch to his wide receivers all night because this defense is going to be worried about the run.
5:40 to go in the first. 1st and goal at the 9. Queen City's 9 in the box. Going to run it again to Odom, and still Odom gets 4 yards.
You'll see that Queen City's offense, they maximize what Odom's best abilities are. He is a north-south runner, and they, if you can see, they're sending him up the middle a lot tonight, and he's finding a lot of success bouncing around there like a ping pong ball because he just bounces off defenders and gets his way.
Again, 9 in the box for Atlanta on 2nd and goal from the 5. Handoff Odom. Odom inside the 3. Pushes forward down to the 2-yard line. Aaron Lee is there again on the tackle along with Roland. 43 yards on 7 carries for the Corsairs.
And just shows you the power in those legs for Odom to push his way to his destination. He smells the goal line. 3rd and goal here. I wouldn't be surprised if they call his number again.
3rd and goal at the 2. Chris Curtis, who does not have a catch yet, is at the bottom of the screen. Hand off to Odom. One more time, and Aquanta Shine gets him from behind. The former Queen City Corsair, who when he got his own team, he said, you know what, I'm going to put a little Queen City green in my identity to honor them, and he wraps up the tackle on Ash Odom and forces a field goal.
And is it any surprise that it's him, Aquanta Shine, the longtime veteran in this league? This is a very talented linebacker core here, Cam, and they've racked up some tackles, and there's just one of them right there.
Quanta Shine has risen up the leaderboards in recent weeks as that field goal from 19 yards is good. He, coming into the night, is the league's #1 tackler with 92. That's 12 more than Slyn Shady, who led the league for almost the entire season coming in. Now a word from the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter @SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
T-Dot returns up at the 29-yard line, and while we have a minute, let's meet the Atlanta Swarm offense. The Atlanta Swarm offense led by DeMar Woods, #2, the running back BDG Hollywood, the receivers LB Allen III, #19, Boo Chisholm, #80, tight end is #85, Jay Franz. And off to Hollywood, starts the 2nd drive and picks up 2.
Yeah, for me, one of the keys in this game, Cam, is DeMar Woods, quarterback for Atlanta. You know, last week he threw 5 interceptions and a loss to Mexico City. So it's going to be important that Atlanta keeps him as clean as possible tonight. We've seen him make some amazing plays. He may need to shoulder some of those amazing plays here again tonight to beat Queen City.
47 viewers and counting. Back to pass is Woods on 2nd and 8. Hit as he threw out to Hollywood on a check down. Hollywood not going anywhere. Look at all the Corsairs, about 8 of them on the screen. That's only a pickup of 1, and let's meet that Queen City defense. Zane Dottie is at free safety, #21. He is joined by Nacho Sicario, #31 at strong safety, Phoenix Blue, #46 free safety. The linebackers, Avery King, #44, Alex Cross, #54, Cross plays inside. Koa Kaleo and Jeff Duffy, #75, #94 on the line, and just got a sack to bring up 4th down and 11. That was Kaleo.
Yeah, amazing push by Kaleo there. Just part of his pass rush arsenal there, that bull rush, able to push through his blocker, get a big paw on that quarterback and bring him down. Just excellent speed rush there and bull rush by that defender.
Atlanta's offense has had back-to-back 3-and-outs to start the first quarter. This is the time of year that Queen City typically turns things on from the 34-yard line. Simpson is walloped right where he caught it. That's where A.J. Caswell will start. Let's meet that Queen City starting offense. Number 16, A.J. Caswell is the quarterback. Ash Odom, number 22, the running back. The receivers on the outside, Memphis Blue, number 87. Chris Curtis, number 84. The tight end is Mike Daggs. 1st and 10 at the 35, 2:20 to go in the first. 4-down lineman, the handoff goes to Odom, and Odom is going to get hit at the line of scrimmage by Roland.
You know, really was a win by this Atlanta defense to stop Queen City from scoring right there near the goal line, to just come away with the field goal. Good for them, and maybe they can build on that here, get them hopefully a 3-and-out for them. 2nd and 10, they'll have their chances here.
Mike Daggs with another 83 bits. Thank you, Mike Daggs, as Caswell's going long, a wobbler into double coverage. Intended for Daggs is incomplete. Lee on the coverage. Ash Odom, 9 carries, 42 yards, just to check on his numbers.
Yeah, good pass rush there by the Swarm. Able to actually get to the quarterback just in time to knock that pass a little wobbly there. A dangerous pass, but it falls to the ground. No damage, 3rd and 10.
53 viewers and counting. 3rd down and 10 at the 35 for Queen City. Trying to avoid a punt. Back to pass. Caswell. Where is he going with that ball? The pass is caught. Was that off the leg of Roland? What a bizarre looking play as Blue picks up 2. I just have no idea what Caswell's thinking there.
Well, apparently seeing some ghosts somewhere, because it looked like he had an opportunity. He had a little bit more time, but got those happy feet in the pocket. Backed off. Looked like he threw on his back foot. Wildly inaccurate. Amazed that the wide receiver picked it up, but in dangerous double coverage.
Somebody has to clip, or hopefully is already clipped from YouTube, possibly one of the best plays in SFL history. Did you see this earlier today, Steven?
No. What was it?
San Antonio, Vancouver. So somebody's going to have to go back in the 2nd quarter of that game. The tight end for San Antonio kicked the ball to himself for a touchdown. The ball hit the back of his foot as he was in the end zone, and it bounced up and he caught it. And San Antonio ends up winning the game by 4 today. Or was it 3? Hollywood loses 3 yards. Zane Dottie with his 3rd tackle.
Yeah, Hollywood has found no running room tonight. Obviously, this Queen City defense is keyed in on him tonight. They're going to make Woods, they're going to put the onus of the offense on that throwing arm of Woods here to see if he can beat this defense. Doesn't look like they're going to do so on the ground.
Queen City's offense has run 8 plays. They have 1 yard in the 1st quarter. 2nd and 13 at the 27. Trips off the right. That's where Hollywood's going. And BDG Hollywood is blasted again. Loss of 1. Queen City has come to play.
There's absolutely nowhere for him to go. I mean, you talk about a sea of black shirts. Either side you can say that about, but tonight it's got that little green highlight on it, and that's the only thing this running back's seen all night.
Zane Doty is the correct pronunciation. My apologies. 3rd and 14 at the 26. 4 receivers. Woods outside. Dropped by Boo Chisholm. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, but still, now 5 yards on 9 plays.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't count. It's going to count as a drop against him, and it wouldn't have got them the 1st down. But momentum-wise, Cam, that's huge. That all the momentum has been on Queen City's side so far, and it just got a giant shove forward, dropping it on a critical 3rd down like that.
Aaron Lee with the 10 bits. Appreciate that. Bits are going to be a big conversation at the State of the League address tomorrow night. You won't want to miss it. It's immediately following Tulsa and Sioux Falls, a big one. Very highly anticipated matchup coming up on Twitch TV, starting at 7 Central, 8 Eastern tomorrow night. From the 39, fair catch called for by Simpson. That is the end of the 1st quarter of play. And what a quarter it was. Dominated by Queen City, but not necessarily on the scoreboard. Their score at the end of 1. Atlanta 0, Queen City 3. This is the SFL's Week 8 Game of the Week. Fan Night on Twitch TV, presented by 8 PM Music. Derek M 1990 with the 50 bits. Loving it, man. bits are popping tonight, Stephen. This is exciting.
And they must have those bits at the ready. They've been getting ready to donate for you.
Aaron Lee picks up 1. Ash Odom's up to 4.3 yards a carry. He has dominated BDG Hollywood. Hollywood 6 carries, 4 yards. Don't often see that stat line coming in. BDG Hollywood was up there. He was third, 1,011 yards.
Well, you know, it's going to be a battle of the running backs tonight, I have a feeling. And so far, you're right, Queen City's winning that battle.
2nd down and 9 at the 40. Caswell back to pass, pump fake, now fires deep downfield. One-on-one coverage, and Forth almost picked it off. And the Atlanta bench almost leaped out of their skin there. 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that was a very confident throw in a very tight window to try and hit his receiver. I like the fact that they're taking a little bit more chances here. Atlanta starting to key in on this Queen City rushing attack. That's going to make some things open up in the passing game. They're trying to take advantage of it. Just wasn't enough.
3rd down 9 at the 40. Caswell deep drop back, then checks it down to Odom, who's got nowhere to go, and Atlanta's defense holds and does not give up the big play. 100 bits to the JDR project. Eric Vinson with 50 bits just keeps on coming. We've had more bit donations tonight than Atlanta's had yards. They're about to get another chance here.
Wow.
Sorry.
Hey, it's true. It's true. It's still early. It's still early.
I was trying to think of what I could compare it to, and God, it came out.
Well, you're not, like I said, you're not wrong. But if you're Atlanta, you got to be happy with the way that it's gone so far. Just to be down 3 points.
Right.
When Queen City looked like they were hotter than donut grease, man. Came out and just run all over you and then passed on you when they wanted to. Basically did what they wanted to do. But their defense has stepped up. It stopped them there on the goal line. Stopped them there just now in this last series. Gives you an offense an opportunity to start getting warmed up. And goodness gracious, they need a microwave out there to get them warmed up.
Well, Atlanta's defense has been playing. They've been winning the battle. Queen City's offense is 3rd in the league, scoring 27 points a game, and they really shut them down. On the flip side, Hollywood, nothing. Got a yard before Alex Cross bleeds him out at the 25-yard line.
And the night of the Oscars, Cam, you got to think that a guy named Hollywood's going to have a career day, but it has not been the case as of yet. But we've seen this in the past. You know, a commitment to the running game usually always starts to pay off as the game progresses, as this defense gets tired of hitting the big guy.
2nd and 9 at the 25. Back to pass is Woods. Woods, short throw. That was a nice little pass over the middle. That is a 6-yard gain now, 7 yards for Woods. That was to Green, and a nice find to make it 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, good. You have the feeling, Cam, that Atlanta hasn't unleashed this quarterback. They know that he threw 5 picks last week. They're going to try and rein him in a little bit. Maybe some of those shorter pass plays to those slants to try and get him involved early.
Woods, Hollywood spent too much time dancing, no gain. Thought he had a man outside he could have thrown it to. Instead, it's another 3 and out for Atlanta. They do not have a first down in this first half.
And give a lot of credit to Queen City Corsairs' defensive line. They have done a good job of making Woods feel the pressure, and they've also closed those running lanes for Hollywood. So these guys are playing at the top of their game right now.
An easy night for Logan on stats. There's a lot of defense here in the first half, and Simpson has a little bit of running room up to the 39-yard line. So Ash Odom back out on the field coming here. But before we get to Queen City, let's meet that Atlanta defense. The Stars in the secondary linebacking core D-line. Linebackers number 40, Dylan Rowland, number 58, Aquanta Shine, the league's leading tackler. Jerry Forth and Patrick Ketsa are the corners, 27 and 23 respectively. E.K. Vincent, number 22, Aaron Lee, number 20, are the safeties, and on the D-line is number 97, Andrew Hawkins. That pass well caught by Curtis, pickup of 7.
And those 2 linebackers, particularly Dylan Rowland and Aquanta Shine, racked up something ridiculous last week, Cam. If I'm remember correctly, 33 total tackles combined. These guys are just tackling machine.
Curtis's first catch Ketsa with the tackle.
Second and 2.
Ash Odom last year with Alaska, 2,015 yards and 21 touchdowns. He's on pace yardage-wise, but only 6 touchdowns in his first 8 games here in Queen City. 2nd and 3 at the 46 on a counter. Odom got blasted, loss of 1, almost got away from 1. And then right at the back end of that play, Ed Wunkler makes the stop. 3rd down.
Yeah, that's the thing with those counters, Cam. You know, sometimes they fake the defense out. Sometimes it doesn't. It's a little bit of a boom or bust play in there. Absolute bust.
3rd down and 4 for Queen City. These offenses trying to break through here as Caswell, 3-step drop, fires it outside, caught by Curtis. He did get ahead of the sticks. Moves the chains for a first. Caswell now is 7 of 11 for about 40 yards.
Yeah, nice camera angles by the guys in the truck there. We were able to see that Curtis was able to get it over the line and to get that first down. Nice field awareness by that wide receiver.
5 bits from Aaron Lee. Thank you, Aaron. Tight set here. 1st and 10 at the 49 for the Corsairs. They are just shy of midfield. And Caswell's going to throw. Great pocket. Caswell's pass almost picked by 4th again. Pass intended for Simpson, 2nd down.
Yeah, a lot of congestion there in the middle of the field. So, again, having to throw a ball in a very tight window. Had a lot of time, but really keyed in and focused on one receiver there. If he had that opportunity to do it again, he might have waited a little bit longer, Cam, maybe found himself another option.
6:34 to go in the first half. 3-0. It's been a bunch of defense out there as Caswell steps up, nearly sacked, had to get it out to Odom, and all things considered, a 3-yard gain's pretty good. Dylan Rowland out there again. He's been all over the field.
Yeah, this defense is, look, when you get a linebacker like him, he can go from one end to the other. I mean, just so quickly. He covers ground in a really quick amount of time. But I'll tell you what, when these quarterbacks here in the SFL, when they start getting those happy feet in the pocket, they'll usually look for their check down, and that doesn't always have good results, as we've seen here tonight.
The SFL Today halftime report is coming up next. We'll have breakdowns. That's a first down for Queen City, the 39 to Curtis. We'll have breakdowns of all the games, all the early action from today, and there was plenty of action. Take a look at some of the Week 9's top performers, and we'll take a look ahead to Tulsa Sioux Falls and tomorrow night's State of the League address. 4 receivers for A.J. Caswell in an empty set as Queen City's starting to open things up here a bit. Caswell against a late blitz, caught over the middle. First down to the 20-yard line, scooped up by, I believe, Memphis Blue.
Hey, and this Queen City game plan is, running to perfection. We saw them really focus on their rushing attack early in this game. Get the Atlanta defense up a little bit more, open up that passing game. Now here we go in the second. On first down, they're going to open 4 wide. I mean, that just tells you, their plan is working to perfection right now. Doesn't really reflect on the scoreboard yet, but they're hoping to do so soon.
1st and 10 of the 20. Queen City's driving again. Pass outside. Good protection. Gave Caswell time to look for his 3rd read to Simpson. Pickup of 7.
These SFL offensive lines, they're gonna have to get it together here in the offseason, have some extra training camp or training practices out there. We've seen some really dominant defensive line play here in the league this year, and it's causing these quarterbacks to be under tremendous pressure.
2nd and 3 at the 13, handoff Odom, and Odom's gonna lose about 2, maybe even 3. Jerry Forth, who's got a couple of pass deflections here in this half, brings it to a 3rd down and 5, and boy, Atlanta would love to hold him to 3 again.
Well, give that defender Forth a lot of credit. There's a lot of congestion there that he had to work through to get that running back down, and that's not an easy running back to bring to the ground. If he didn't do his job there and bring that man down, that might have been a touchdown.
Here we go, back to pass. Caswell going long into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown and Memphis Blue in the back, and Queen City's up 9-0.
Wow, you just got the sense, Cam, he was dropping so far back and then just elongating the field so much. that you don't normally see plays like that work out, but it just seemed to be just the right amount of distance needed for the quarterback to get free and for this wide receiver to get free, and just a perfect bullet pass right to his receiver in the back of the end zone. Again, playbook and plays performed to perfection tonight.
Dags with 250 bits donations. Appreciate that. As
Love
Queen City goes up 9-0.
Yeah, and would you expect anything different from what you saw from Queen City there in the first half, and the way that they were able to bring the ball down the field with relative ease? And although they couldn't punch it in, you just got the sense that this offense was really clicking right from the start.
Atlanta has 12 yards right now. They have not gotten a first down. And this has been really impressive out of Queen City, considering that Atlanta beat them in the first meeting this year. Still a lot of game left.
Absolutely.
Kick is away. Dot from his 10. T. Dot 25. Blown up at the 28. Now a word quickly from the SFL.
Want to do what I do? Contact me in the DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL.
First and 10 at the 28 for DeMar Woods. Somebody's got to get, what was that? I was just about to say, somebody's got to get moving for Atlanta. What is Woods thinking on that play? Lost 2 more.
This is not the Woods that we saw a few weeks ago, Cam. This is a guy that we saw was able to move in the pocket, outside of the pocket, and still have accuracy on his throws. Amazingly so at some point. Here, he just looks uncomfortable, and he's just not in rhythm. And that's something they're really going to have to focus here on halftime to get him back in rhythm.
Woods steps in the pocket. He's going to take off and run and drag defenders all the way to 1 yard shy of the yard marker. Heck of a play by Woods, who picks up 11. That was Atlanta's biggest play of the night.
Well, if nobody else is going to try and get it for him, why didn't he just do it for himself? That's a Cam Newton type mentality we're seeing from Woods. Maybe he's getting a little frustrated there under center.
3rd and 1 at the 37. Woods out of the gun now, back to pass. Quick trigger, caught, first down, Chisholm. And there you go. When a quarterback gets in a rhythm, that was his best decision of the night. The ball got out, and Atlanta has moved the chains for the first time tonight.
Wow, that's amazing that's for the first time tonight, but maybe that's a sign of things to come. Don't forget, Cam, this is fan night, right? The fans have not let us down yet with a bad game. So, I'm going into this with a lot of optimism that this is going to be still a close one.
First and 10 at the 41. Woods to throw again. Deep drop back, fires a bomb in one-on-one coverage, and Franz couldn't come up with it. I can't fault the play call. Woods just trying to keep the positive movement moving, and good defense on the back end.
No, I love the call. It's first down, take your shot. This is a Queen City defense that has just stuffed the running game. You've got a good rhythm starting to formulate. Why not take a shot deep, see if you can make some magic happen?
The gun away from Hollywood, just 5 yards on 7 carries. Here's his 8th carry, and he just, man, I have no more adjectives for these monster hits. Avery King puts him down.
Yeah, they are they are the 4-time champions for a reason, Cam. You don't come into their house, regardless of the time of season, and think it's going to be a cakewalk.
In prime time.
In prime time, no less, picked by the fans. So they're bringing their A game. 26
degrees, partly cloudy here in Buffalo. Woods steps up, deep ball, knocked away. That was Phoenix Blue deep, and it's 4th down, perfect coverage.
And that's the difference in Woods. We saw him complete passes like that, the improbable. It's what he pulled off the last time that we saw him. The season can wear and tear on these players. And so we might not be seeing exactly the same player that we did weeks ago, but still only down 10. The way that Queen City's been playing, I think you kind of have to count your blessings.
Simpson from the 22 on the punt return. He's been getting crushed all night. 48 viewers currently here on Fan Night. We had 73 there at one point in the Vancouver San Antonio final minutes.
Wow.
That was awesome as everyone was rallying to see what was going to happen between two Western Conference foes. That's turning into a little bit of a rivalry there, as San Antonio and Vancouver played some wild games over the last 2 years. First and 10 at the 24 for Queen City. They're up 10-0 and have really dominated the game the entire way. Odom gets no gain as Atlanta's defense continues to help keep them in it. 2-minute warning. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch TV. Ash Odom, who got off to a strong start now, just 29 carries on 13 yards. 96 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Caswell has been the top offensive weapon. Memphis Blues got 4 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown. Back to pass Caswell all day. Caswell's pass is picked off the deflection, going the other way. 10, 5, and down to the 1 yard line.
Whoa!
Off the drop. Patrick Ketsa with the pick. And just like that, the game is turned on its head as Simpson gave it right to him.
Thank you, SFL fans. You guys know exactly what you're doing. Wow, if you're Queen City, that's just the worst possible scenario. You're under 2 minutes. You're on your side of the ball. You don't want to throw an interception. That's a game changer. Absolute mistake. Puts Atlanta right back here. Can inch a lot closer to getting this game nearly in the driver's seat here, momentum-wise.
Atlanta has done absolutely nothing offensively all night, and BDG Hollywood is in for a gimme touchdown.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the easiest touchdowns he's probably ever had in his career, but still had to work for it, especially the way this defense has been playing. Was just able to get in. But, man, what a momentum shift. That's so important. We talk about that week after week, Cam, how important momentum is to this game, especially going into halftime. And, Atlanta just stole one.
For Patrick Ketsa, that is his 3rd interception of the season. It would have been his first pick 6, but he was stopped 1 yard short as Hollywood nabs the touchdown. And for BDG, that's touchdown number 12 on the season, which leads the league by 5 on the ground.
Wow. And that was, again, a gimme. But that's okay. If you're Queen City, you're still in the driver's seat here. You're still up 3. I would say, how about some runs on this one? And let's get in the locker room. Remember, we're still in control here. Our offenses look good. And remember, this is really no credit to Atlanta's offense at all, getting these 7 points.
Surprised Simpson was still on that kickoff return after the drop pass led to the touchdown. Simpson has been targeted, 3 or 4 times tonight here in the first half. And Queen City has 3 weapons, not including Odom, under contract. I'm kind of surprised we've seen him targeted as much as we have. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Queen City's only up 10-7. High formation, back to pass. Caswell steps up, fires, caught, knocked the official over. And that is another non-contract player who's slow to get up. That is, I got to dig deep for that one, Morris Jackson.
Cam, want to bring back up that point about, one of the arguments about using offensive players or even key offensive players, as special teamers. You come off that kickoff, you're not 100%. You've been worn down a little bit, and that might lead to some mistakes.
Hand off to Odom, picks up a solid 7. Clock's running. Both teams have all 3 timeouts left to use in the final 60 seconds of the second quarter. 2nd and 3 at midfield. 2 in the backfield with Caswell taking his time. 7 in the box for Atlanta. They back off rush 4. Caswell flips it out to Odom, and he ran out of bounds. Ran over the sticks. There's an updated look at Woods, 9 passing yards. 3rd down.
Yeah. Well, there's Caswell's a veteran of this league. There's not very many other SFL quarterbacks you'd want under center running this 2-minute offense and just be really confident to let him throw the ball where he wants to. But this coaching staff believes in him. They've won with him. They've got one of the better managers there when the 2-minute offense. So he'll do his magic.
Caswell over 2,000 yards for the season officially tonight there in the first quarter. He took a shot. And how about that turn on a dime from Simpson? Another catch for Joe Simpson out of the Atlanta 41-yard line. And Caswell trying to improve on his 17 touchdowns and 12 picks this season.
Well, this guy's got top shelf arm strength, Cam, and he just showed it off there. Able to flick the ball, just kind of pops off of his hand, and able to get it to Simpson in a way that he can make that turn and get that first down that's much needed. Nice arm strength and concentration by that quarterback.
And off to Odom, lost a yard, and Queen City's going to call a timeout. Queen City non-contract receivers now have 4 catches for 37 yards.
Again, we talked about the balance of this Corsairs team. They can get it done through the air. They can get it done on the ground. And when one is not working, the other one steps up. And they've shown that ability to do that tonight.
SFL Today halftime report coming up next. We'll break down the first half, take a look ahead to tomorrow night's title weight fight between Sioux Falls and Tulsa, and we'll break down early action for today's games. It's all coming up here on Fan Night. Pass caught to the 30. That was Chris Curtis. Simpson's at the bottom of the screen. And the pass, sidearm throw, intended for Daggs in double coverage. Second down.
Yeah, Daggs is a big boy, and he kind of looked like Bigfoot out there. And in a sea of black jerseys, there he definitely had some defenders around him, but Coswell's got the confidence in his big guy to throw it into traffic like that, hoping that he'll come down with it. Didn't answer that prayer particularly at that moment.
I feel like Memphis Blue got hurt, and we just didn't get a report because Joe Simpson is back in again at the wide receiver 2 slot. Blue already has a touchdown tonight as Caswell dumps it off to Odom. Odom picks up just 2, and Queen City will burn another timeout. They're being very careful not to give the ball back to Atlanta for one last shot here before the half.
Yeah, and don't forget that, players get tired. They may have to sit out. There's maybe a substitution that's taking place. Maybe something on the roster had to be done in order to make sure they get Simpson as a returner. It could be a lot of things. If Memphis Blue is hurt, we'll get a report.
Third down and 8 at the 28. Back to pass Caswell. Deep drop back. Caswell going long. Batted away. Boy, that was dangerous again as Vincent nearly batted that back to some teammates. And that'll bring up a long field goal for Queen City as we get another look at it.
Yeah, there are certain names here in the SFL you want to stay away from if you're an SFL quarterback. Vincent's one of them. Charles Ball is one of them. Troy LaShaw, A.J. Levy. These are the guys you want to stay away from because they make big plays in the secondary per that example.
So 44-yard field goal, possibly 45 officially. And Atlanta, who had next to nothing offensively in the first half, is only down 3, possibly 6. They'll have one last shot, and I believe they get the ball to start the second half. From 45 yards away, Queen City's field goal, good. And the Corsairs are up 13-7 thanks to Ricky Matthews.
Yeah, definitely not a gimme kick, but you are at home. The crowd's on your side. A very confident kicker to go right through the middle of the post like that. But you know what, Cam? Again, if you're Atlanta, your offense has done diddly poo so far tonight, and you're still within a score of being in the lead. So give your defense a pat on the back and attaboy at halftime, and then get on your offense because these guys are going to have to get on the horse if they're going to ride any in this game.
Dot returns up to the 30-yard line, and
we'll add diddly poo to the things that I never thought we'd say on the air here.
Well, I think it just perfectly describes their offensive output tonight. And it's surprising because they've got some weapons. It's just Queen City's defense has been right on top of things in every phase.
7 seconds left. Woods not backing down. He's going long. Double coverage picked off by Blue. Clock has run out, and Blue is going to get hit at the Atlanta 43, and that's not the way you wanted the end of the first half of your Atlanta.
No, and Queen City now takes back that momentum that Atlanta got from that, interception near pick 6. They go down their offense. They go down to get a field goal, and then you can't fault, Woods for trying to make something happen here at the end of the half. It's basically a throwaway, but basically a Hail Mary attempt. But again, the interception, of course, there's momentum.
Two teams that are 4-4 in need of a win. UK Sports halftime report is right now 27 yards of offense, Steven.
Yeah, that's just unacceptable if you're Atlanta, and amazing job by this Corsairs defense. They have picked it up, and they didn't necessarily have to. Their offense has been playing really solid, but this defense here to hold the offense scoreless through the first half is quite a job, and they should get a lot of kudos for doing it.
So 9 yards of rushing offense, or no, it's 18 yards of rushing offense. DeMar Woods has 11 yards rushing and 9 yards passing in the first half.
Wow.
4 yards on the ground. Amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever had that before, Cam. I don't remember. Running quarterbacks are a rarity in this league, but it just speaks to how just inept they've been offensively. And not to their own doing. It's just being Queen City. Again, they've been on the ball, great game planning, exactly, almost as if they were in Atlanta's playbook a little.
Atlanta's going for the sweep here tonight against Queen City. That means they would go up 2 games on the Corsairs with 3 to go and put the 4-time champions on the brink of not making the playoffs. The SFL today is right around the corner here on Twitch. Welcome into the SFL Today Halftime Studios. Let's begin Week 7's rundown. First, it was the Carolina Skyhawks. They got it done, 31-30 over Oklahoma City. They, for the 4th time in a row, 4 weeks in a row, scored in the last minute of the game, but actually held on to one today. Steven, Carolina goes to 2-7.
Yeah, and good for them. They are, as they've been, a lot of seasons back to back to back, they have been better than what their record shows. And good to see them get the win here. They have deserved the win a lot of other times. And again, doing so and in the fourth quarter late takes a lot of grit. They are so resilient. A great job by James Klein to keep this group together and keep the moral high. And as far as Oklahoma City, got to be concerned. This is been a bad run for them when they looked really good early this season, and the wheels have just kind of come off.
OKC falls to 2-7. Elsewhere in Tallahassee, the Pride once again were tested, but they win 36-28, drop the Wildcats to 2-7. Chicago had a pick 6 and 2 kickoff return touchdowns today, the 2 from Davis Reed. And despite the bad field position, Chicago held their own, even though they were nearly outgained by 260 yards.
Yeah, I mean, Tallahassee is a freight train that you don't want to get in front of, and you're going to need every bit of those special teams and defensive touchdowns to compete with them. They are just white hot, and Tallahassee has been this successful before, or at least similarly, but something seems different this season. I'm not going to say destined, but certainly they are having some things happen that are just eye-popping to me. So, Chicago, good to stay in the game, but I think this game is more about Tallahassee taking on all comers. And this would have been a prime matchup last season, Cam. I mean, Chicago here just has underwhelmed this season, and Tallahassee has exceeded at least my expectations.
Tallahassee's up to 9-0. In San Francisco, the Sharks beat the Roughnecks 38-31. Dallas scored with 1 second left to make it a little closer. Average field position for San Francisco today, their own 41-yard line, and they jumped out to a big lead early, 31-7, before Dallas cooled them off. Stephen, tough loss. San Francisco's now 4-5 and definitely in the mix.
Yeah, absolutely in the mix. I mean, these guys early on, they were able to do whatever they could do with Roughnecks defense. They were able to pass, they were able to run, successful in both. Roughnecks made a comeback there in the second half, try to get things a little bit closer, but make no mistake, the Sharks really had this game from the jump, and they are right there on the cusp there of being playoff relevant or not. So an important win for them tonight, and they have all the tools to be a shocker in the playoffs.
From San Francisco to San Antonio, the Vaqueros in the late afternoon games won 35-31 on a back and forth crazy fourth quarter. The rookie quarterback getting it done, Miller. He was stellar in his debut, taking over for Joey Langdon. Vancouver had 46 more plays and 19 minutes more of possession. I don't think I've ever seen it that lopsided. They still lost.
Well, how rare is it, Cam, for a rookie quarterback to come in this far into the season and then come out with a win? That just speaks to San Antonio and their coaching staff and their game plan and the supporting cast that they have there. And for Vancouver, heartbreaking. You look like you had every opportunity to win this game. San Antonio just had simply more clutch plays in critical moments, and you just hate to lose in those situations. But two juggernaut teams here showing why they're some of the best in the SFL.
San Antonio is 6-3. Vancouver is 3-6. To London, the Mexico City Aztecs, ever so clutch. They were down 21-10 on the road, and the defending champions scored 17 unanswered points to knock the Knights to 3-6, 27-21, and put a stranglehold, a miniature stranglehold, on second place in the East. One turnover from London, 7 points off that turnover for Mexico City. Sometimes just one play can make all the difference.
And you're starting to get the sense that Mexico City may be pulling a Queen City. And I say that meaning that they are, they looked really cold to start the season, had their struggles, but they're starting to get hot at the right time. And don't forget, this is a championship team looking for back-to-back. You're starting to get a sense that they're getting everything together that they had last season. And for the London Knights, again, they just constantly, they've been putting solid performances, out there on the field, especially defensively. This is a great defensive team, but it just seems like they need something to get over the hump, but they're still in the thick of it, still have time to figure things out. But again, really competitive game, and hey, don't sleep on Mexico.
Finally, from St. Louis, the Gladiators put up a fight but could not take down the Indianapolis Red Devils 24-19. Indianapolis gets the sweep of St. Louis this season. St. Louis dominated time of possessions. Penalties actually hurt them, and despite just 24 rushing yards, Indy 5-4.
Yeah, and doing it primarily without much of a rushing game. It looks like they're attacking through the air. They had nearly half the first downs. But again, we've seen this league shift from a run-dominated type league to more of a passing-oriented league. And getting those points up on the board through your passing game, regardless of the penalties or interceptions that follow, really seems to be the more important thing in this league. So good on Indianapolis to get the win. St. Louis so close, and they're still, though, all of these teams that we're talking about here, for the most part, all still in the hunt, still have an opportunity to get some critical wins together to get in the postseason.
Week 9 top performers. We have to start with Josh Miller, the rookie quarterback for San Antonio today. 20 of 29, 279 yards, 5 touchdowns. He had all of San Antonio scoring and only one pick. Carolina running back A.J. Francis had 41 carries today for 223 yards and a touchdown. Tallahassee's Fats Johnson had 4 sacks and he forced a fumble. How did he force a fumble? He actually knocked the ball out of E.T. King's hands. How often do you see that? San Francisco's Max Jackson, 14 total tackles, 3 tackles for loss. He had 2 picks and knocked away another. And London safety Jeffrey Daggs had 18 total tackles today, 17 of them solo for a safety. That's pretty impressive. Stephen, who was your Week 9 top performer today?
I think it's easy to say that, the easy answer is Miller, just because he's able to go into a new environment. But he's got a great supporting cast there. And the quarterback that he filled the shoes of was having a near MVP season. But for me, give me Fats Johnson. 4 sacks, that forced fumble on that dominant Tallahassee defensive line. This guy's hadn't just been doing it this week. He's been doing it every week. And this line's just been killing opposing SFL quarterbacks. Give me Fats with 4 sacks.
I agree with Daggs. There was an honorable mention. He was on the short list. San Francisco's receiver Django had 3 touchdowns today, all in the first half against Dallas. Well, coming up tomorrow night, Tulsa and Sioux Falls, starting at 7, and then the State of the League address to follow. Stephen, a lot of people really excited about the Sioux Falls-Tulsa matchup. How do you see it playing out?
Yeah, I see a lot of talk, between the two, and I like that. There's a lot of smack talk that's going on, but Tulsa has been unbelievable this season. No one's been able to stop the run that they have, but if there's one guy that does it, to me, it's got to be Jason McGee. Sioux Falls, I think this is the best opportunity for a team to put an L on Tulsa all year, and I think they just might do it.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow night here on Twitch. Chris Curtis, Jimmy Stevens, along for the call of that one. Thanks for joining us here on the SFL Today Halftime Report. The second half from Buffalo is coming up when Fan Night rolls on, presented by AP Music. Atlanta gets the ball to start the second half alongside Stephen Millenex, Logan Keel on stats. I am Cameron Irvine here on the call for tonight's big one between the 4-4 Swarm and the 4-4 Corsairs. T-Dot's going the wrong way. 4 different Corsairs corral him at the 23-yard line. We'll see who comes out firing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's an amalgam of the Swarm's offense. Tonight, they've been going the wrong way all night, but they need to try and get things together. This opening of the second half is going to be very important for them.
All right, Woods out of the gun. He had a measly 9 passing yards in the first half, and he'll drop the throw right out of the gates. It's through the hands of Hollywood, and it may have been deflected. Pass incomplete, second down.
We've seen Woods take a couple of shots, Cam, that haven't been successful. But they're going to have to open up this offense a little bit more. They have been relatively conservative. I don't think they planned on Hollywood being stuffed as much as he has been, and that's kind of sent the offensive coordinator in a tizzy a little bit.
Well, Queen City has taken away, it seems like, everything that Atlanta likes to do. L.B. Allen does not have a catch here tonight. Chisholm has 1 for 4 yards. Wood's going to throw again. Pass caught by Allen right on cue there. Pickup of 7 yards to bring up third down and 3. Woods has now thrown 10 times. Hollywood with just 9 rushing attempts. They seem to have gone away from him a little bit.
Yeah, they have. I think it's just the nature of the way this game has played out that they just they've seen all those black jerseys in the running lanes, and it isn't their black jerseys.
Well, thankfully, Atlanta had a lot of silver and a lot of the bright blue tonight, so it made things a little easier. Woods in trouble, got away, now sacked. Koa Kaleo again around the ankles, back to the 25-yard line, And again, Atlanta sputters.
Yeah, I know we've talked about Woods and his ability to move in the pocket. He was able to feel the pressure. He sensed it, had a good sense of that. But the defender just makes an outstanding play here. And this is a big dude here. This guy's like 6'5", probably 250, 270, and able to make an outstanding run down this quarterback. That has maybe the most successful offensive play tonight has been a run by him. That's just great athleticism by that defender.
And Allen was not helping him out. He was standing there next to the two defenders and didn't try to adjust and give his quarterback another look. 1st and 10 to the 41 coming up for Queen City. More good field position. But Atlanta's defense has been almost just as nasty.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see in the offseason if any of the SFL owners or the newer teams make an investment on the offensive line. That we've made there's been an important investment in the defensive line this year. Maybe they'll count it.
Back to pass, Caswell, 3-step drop, flips it outside, fullback, 45, stretching for the first down, got 9 yards, and that's a pickup for Hadley Diamante.
That really feels like the difference, Cam. Queen City, that's the kind of play that, Atlanta would run and it would get no yards or 1 yard. Whereas Queen City runs the same play and they're getting 9 on first down. It's those smaller plays. Neither offense has been really had any really big chunk plays. So it just seems to be working out in Queen City's favor.
2nd and 1 to the 50, and Odom's going to get blasted. A loss of 2. Hawkins and company there in the backfield. 3rd down and 3 coming up as Atlanta's run defense stands tall. And I got to say, both of these run defenses, these are the number 2 and number 3 backs in the league. This is no easy task.
Yeah, absolutely not. And it took them just a little bit, but yeah, Atlanta's defense has raised the level of their game. Hey, don't forget they have the only score on Atlanta's side of the ball.
Caswell checks it down. Atlanta pursuing it. Odom makes the play. Boy, did he pay for it right into the feet of Mark Chisholm on the sideline. Aquantis Shine buried him, but not before Odom made one-man miss and gets the first down.
Yeah, hey, that's a straight-up veteran play right there. He knows where he's at in the field, knows what he needs to get the first down, knows where the sticks are. He's able to has the talent, the ability, and the agility to make it happen.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Queen City is slowly trekking down the field. Pass again, a quick dump off to Mike Daggs, and Daggs picks up 4. He's had a hard time getting open tonight. Atlanta's made sure that he has not been a problem for them.
Yeah, but that's 4 yards on first down, Cam. It's just in the scope of the things that are happening here. The thing that Queen City's not doing is they're not really going backwards. They're getting these small plays and they're working for them, and it's just not happening on the opposite side like that.
Pass down the middle into triple coverage. That was ill-advised. 3rd and 6 coming after Caswell's probably worst decision of the night. A.J. Caswell is now 20 of 27. Daggs with another 83 bits. Thanks, Daggs.
Yeah, not clear exactly what the quarterback was seeing there. Obviously, he thought that his man was open, or maybe that he was pulling a certain way to get open. But yeah, bad decision. At least it didn't cost them too dearly.
3rd down and 6. Another critical 3rd down here for Atlanta's defense. Caswell 3-step drop, fires outside, got to turn the corner. Will not. That was Blue with the catch. Jerry Forth, another critical tackle outside of field goal range. Atlanta's defense gets another stop.
Well, what a way to find out that you're not injured. To have that kind of a play. Again, I don't like the onus of saying, hey, wide receiver, we're going to throw it to you 2 yards before the stick, and it's your job to beat a defender route. We saw Odom do that here just before. Not the same here with Blue.
Oh, nice play. Ball down at the 3-yard line, and that's the second time. It's the same player. That's the second time that Morris Gibson, who's a veteran on this team, has downed the ball at the 5-yard line or inside it.
Yeah, I saw someone make a comment earlier in the day about how, some of these special teams players will just run right into the end zone with the ball, but we've also seen some really key special teams play just like that one there, and just excellent play here by the Queen City Corsairs to get Atlanta down deep in their own territory.
1st and 10 at the 3, handoff to Hollywood. And he only picks up 2, still looking for any sort of yardage inside as Myers gets the stop.
Yeah, you're looking for Hollywood here to try and make a play. They're just too deep in their own territory. And with those kind of ratings, those kind of numbers that you see on the screen, they're not going to trust their quarterback this close to their own end zone. 2nd and 8
at the 5, handoff Hollywood, and Hollywood is right back where he started. Way back at the 3, another tackle for loss in the backfield. This one is from Doty, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it's absolutely not fair, Cam. I mean, this Corsairs defense, they know what Atlanta's going to do. They know Atlanta wants to run the ball here, and they've just got their ears, back and ready to go after Hollywood.
Handoff BDG, won't get past the 5. Queen City's run defense is really not prolific. They're 11th in the league. They give up 100 yards a game on the ground. This looks like a completely new defense here tonight, and whatever Eric Barkley, the owner and head coach of Queen City, cooked up this week has really worked.
Yeah, and sometimes it's about matchup too, Cam. It just seems like Queen City, although they didn't have an answer for it earlier in the league, they've certainly got an answer here.
Simpson returned up to the Atlanta 34, so again, Queen City's going to end up with tremendous field position. And where would Atlanta be without the crazy drop from Simpson and the pick off from Ketsa and the 1-yard touchdown? This would, it would still be a 2-score game, but they'd be knocking on death's doorstep here.
Yeah, and absolutely. And Queen City's offense, they can thank this great field position on that special teams play. That really gave them this opportunity so close to the red zone.
And off to Odom. Odom to the 30, picks up half of what they need. 59 yards on 19 carries now for Ash Odom.
Yeah, dear Lord, don't let Odom get going again like he was in that first quarter. This game's going to be over quick.
2nd and 5 at the 30. 5:45 to go in the third. Atlanta needs turnover. They need something here. They have been sluggish tonight off the plane. 3 receivers on to the left side, handoff Odom, and Odom is hitting the backfield. That was a combination of Aquantis Shine and Jerry Forth. I tell you what, you expected out of Shine. This is some of the best football I've seen Jerry Forth play this season.
Yeah, just really active. Really knows for the ball, able to find that tackler. We saw him earlier get through a lot of congestion to make a tackle for a loss. Here makes a nice play. They're going to need more of that if they're going to get back into this game.
3rd down and 6 at the 30. 5:05 to go in the third. Back to pass is Caswell. Caught short of the first down. Don't say it again, please, Stephen, as Simpson picks up, check that, blue picks up 5.
No. Diddly poo? Is that what I'm not supposed to say? No, you know what? That's, again, that's just asking a lot. And but a big tall like that, you can feel like maybe he could just fall over the line.
Well, maybe that's what Queen City wants to do here on this 4th and 1 play. 15 on the clock. Atlanta has played mistake-free football tonight. Down to 10, down to 8. I don't think they're jumping. Down to 5, and Queen City's going to burn a timeout. Their kicker's 2 for 2 tonight, and they'll try to go 3 for 3.
I don't fault them for trying. I don't know if I like the fact they're going to waste a timeout in this situation because it is still a close game. They may need those timeouts here at the end of the game, but at this close to the field goal, it's not necessarily a gimme, but pretty close. They can get 3 points on the board. They can make it a 2-score game. No reason to go for it on 4th down.
Well, sometimes you can really catch the defense off guard. I don't think Atlanta ever thought they'd go for it. The way Queen City's defense has been playing tonight, why take the risk? Take the points, go up by 2 scores. This is a 42-yard field goal for Matthews. Left-footed kicker on the right hash. Good snap, good hold. Matthews kick, good. 3 for 3 tonight with a non-contract kicker. And Queen City's up by that score.
We've seen some excellent kickers here in the league this year. Not all of them have contracts. These non-contract kickers have been doing a solid job here in the SFL, and you can understand why a team may decide to invest in other areas with these with these non-contracts doing so well.
So 4:20 left in the third, and still Atlanta, I believe, only has the 1 or 2 first downs. It's not much, as the Swarm dot past the 25 out of the 30. From our unofficial stats here being supplied to us live by Logan Keel, we've got 8 yards of rushing for Hollywood, 11 for Woods, and 16 passing. 6 of 10 for 16 yards passing.
Well, normally, Cam, the running game sparks the passing game in most offenses.
Especially for Atlanta.
This may have to be the opposite tonight. They may have, because they're just Queen City's so keyed in on the run, the onus may be on Woods here to get the running game, sparked through the passing game.
Woods changes the play and completes that pass to Franz. That's his first catch of the night. Avery King has 4 tackles, and you get the sense it happened against Tallahassee when Atlanta was on fan night, that DeMar Woods is going to have to take over this game right now.
And we've seen that he's fully capable of doing so and making some amazing plays, but Cam, man, we have not seen much of that tonight. No, not a real hint of it.
2nd and 4 at the 36. Now we'll hand it off to Hollywood, and Hollywood bounces off a tackle, and Cross drops him in the backfield. Boy, Queen City is just extending these plays to the boundary, and Hollywood just can't find a crease.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit too much dancing out there, just trying to create something on his own, and there's just nothing out there for him.
3rd down and 5 at the 35-yard line. 3 receivers for Atlanta as Woods changes the play. Back to pass. Woods over the wide open, and I mean wide open. L.B. Allen to the 43, and that's twice now on this drive we've seen an open crossing route over the middle. Maybe Woods has spotted a weakness.
Yeah, it appears to be. I mean, that is called scheming a guy open, and he was wide open in the middle. Probably not an easier pass and catch play we're going to see tonight.
L.B. Allen with 2 catches leads all Atlanta receivers.
Wow.
1st and 10 at the 43. 1 receiver out wide either side. Woods, middle again. Incomplete as he tried to throw it longer than 10 yards. Cross was in coverage, and we've seen that consistently. Anything over beyond the first down marker, as Peyton Chisholm couldn't come down with it, has been covered.
Wow, and give a lot of credit to this Corsairs defense. I mean, on the run, to the pass, whether it's short pass, long passes, deep, to the right, to the left of the field. But they've been everywhere, and that is near impossible in our league to playbook like that. They just seem to just have all the breaks and just played so well tonight. A lot of credit to that defensive staff.
Cross faked out Woods there as he turned around and then turned back to Chisholm. Handoff Hollywood, and he had just for a moment, a glimmer of hope. Picks up 3. The Atlanta 46. Queen City has not missed open field tackles, and Hollywood now has 10 yards on 14 carries.
Yeah, those windows of opportunity closed very quickly tonight for BDG Hollywood. Getting the most of what he could there tonight, but just so far we just haven't seen him get a lot of leeway.
3rd and 7, they're going to run it, and Hollywood gets only a yard. That was a little surprising as King and company make the stop, and Atlanta's going to punt it away again, and at least they flipped the field.
Yeah, surprising, and maybe that's the reason why they ran that play, hoping to surprise this Corsairs defense who have just been on the ball with everything. But Hollywood just hasn't been his night so far, and just a tough way to turn the ball over.
Number 15, Simpson pushes his way up to the 19-yard line, so not horrible starting field position for Queen City. A.J. Caswell has already thrown 30 passes, 22 of 30, 154, 1-1. Odom, 20 carries, 58 yards. So by comparison, that's 29 plays for Atlanta and 50 for Queen City.
Yeah, and Queen City, they just had these long, time-consuming drives, and they haven't always cashed in on those drives. So, just getting a lot, nearly double or almost double or exactly double the opportunities here.
Diamante wrestled down by 4th, pickup of 4. Atlanta, surprisingly, the one interception from Caswell wasn't even his fault.
Caswell's played a solid game tonight in Atlanta, who's been a ball-hawking secondary, really just has not found their groove here. Turnover differential for Atlanta's +1 coming in. For Queen City, it's not good, -1, as Caswell is in trouble, and Hawkins flies out of nowhere and drops Caswell for an 8-yard loss.
Well, that's what you need. You need a spark from somebody. Might as well come again from this defense. They've already got you a near pick 6, and this, he absolutely destroys Caswell. Look, you take a hit like that, Cam, maybe it knocks something loose. It'll be interesting to see how Caswell reacts here on 3rd and long.
That was a nasty combo there from Hawkins. Back to pass. Caswell, he's going long. Caswell's pass caught over the defense. Curtis over the outstretched arms of Jerry Forth, and Queen City's got the ball on their own 49-yard line for another first down.
Well, we saw his reaction, and, maybe he made that quarterback come alive a little bit on their first big chunk play, Cam. What a great connection there with Curtis. We've seen him convert for first downs already tonight. That might be one of his favorite receivers to do so. Caswell, again, looks like he's just in total command.
25 seconds to go in the third quarter. Handoff to Ash Odom the first time in a while. And Ash Odom finding some room, breaking all sorts of tackles out of the Atlanta 35-yard line.
This is the guy that we saw here in the first quarter. He had been being stuffed, had been put down, kept down a little bit here doing this game. But these are the kind of plays this guy is capable of. A powerful runner, a guy that will be a nightmare on the second level. This guy here, a nightmare in black is the best way I could describe him coming down the field.
That's the end of the third quarter. Atlanta 7, Queen City 16. The Corsairs are wearing down the Swarm to try to hang with Mexico City for second place in the East at 5-4. This is SFL Fan Night presented by APM Music on Twitch TV. We'll take an updated look at the playoff standings here in just a moment. 1st and 10 from the Atlanta 35. 3 receivers, 2 in the backfield. Nickel look for Atlanta's D. Stephen Mullinex, Logan Keel on stats, sidearm throw out to Odom, stayed in bounds, somehow picks up 4 yards. So, there's a look at the standings. SFL playoffs, Atlanta's 9th, Queen City's 10th. If Queen City wins tonight, they will split the season series with Atlanta. They will join that mess of Indy, Houston, and company at 5-4 as you look at Caswell's updated numbers. Queen City will likely be 9th. Their strength of schedule is, their strength of victory is really bad as Odom picks up 4. This would probably be one of the best wins on Queen City's resume this year, along with Mexico City. Third and 2. Atlanta looking for a stop, trying to keep this a 2-score game. 2 receivers, each split out wide. Handoff Odom on a trap. Odom got caught behind the line and stopped short of the first down, according to the officials. Dylan Rowland on the tackle.
Well, I like the second effort to try and get in just inches short. Be interesting to see what Queen City does here. They may try and go for it.
No, they're not even gonna attempt to go for it.
Wow.
Hey, your defense, that 7 points was because Joe Simpson dropped the ball. I mean, your defense is basically pitching a shutout here. 42-yard field goal for Matthews. He's 4 for 4, and Queen City's up 12.
Yeah, I would have liked the Queen City. I like the aggressive tone, to go for it with your big man Odom. He's been very powerful in getting his way here as of late, but I understand the mentality. Let's just get the points, and like you said, this defense has been relatively flawless.
Word from the SFL.
Please.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
First down at the 32 after Dots returns. Sorry, Steven, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, hey, you cut me off in real life. Why not here?
Wow, that's a little low.
Yeah, we've got a lot of talking to do after.
Oh, wow. 1st and 10 at the 32. That pass is caught. 5-yard pickup by Franz. I was wowing the throw from Woods, Stephen, just in case you thought that I cared. Yes, 9:07 to go in the fourth. Is that too harsh?
No, I know you don't care. That's clear from your Christmas card that read, "I don't care."
Wow. Now we're really getting personal because I didn't even send a Christmas card. 2nd and 5 at the 37. Someone's trying to impersonate me and my bad attitude. Woods back to pass. He's going long. Woods way down the field. Caught by Chisholm. Touchdown. How did he get so wide open?
Wow, just elite speed, Cam. This guy just burned everyone, turned on the afterburners, wide open. This is just, and what a great pass by DeMar Woods. Come on, this is deep pass accuracy, dropping it in the bucket. How many times have we seen that kind of pass dropped? Because he's too wide open. Here, finally, DeMar Woods in a big chunk play for this Swarm gets him back into this game. Huge. Thank you, SFL fans.
Stunned the crowd as this place went from raucous to almost nothing, as Atlanta will cut it down to 5. Wow.
And you know what? I'm sorry, but this Corsairs defense, that's just one play. These guys have been on point all night. You've got to expect these SFL offenses. They're good. They do their homework. They're gonna find cracks in the foundation, and they can make plays like this that change, the look of a game. But Queen City offensively now, they're still playing really well in a really good rhythm. So the Swarm defense once again is going to have to be asked to step up.
And that's what Atlanta did in their first meeting. They came back, big plays offensively, and then clamped down on defense as soon as they got a lead. Queen City's got to be feeling the early onset deja vu here after that touchdown to Chisholm. That play for Atlanta had more yards than they had the entire game. 1st and 10 at the 30. 19-14, Queen City's on top of Atlanta. Hand off on a counter now to Odom. Odom gets a block. 35, Ash Odom picks up 9 to the 39-yard line. Clever play there. 89 yards on 24 carries. Hollywood still, which is 11 measly yards, but Atlanta is still right in this game.
Yeah, and it's just if Hollywood makes one critical play at the right time, could win this ball game. So, you got to get your start. Maybe you may be on the sidelines sulking, but you need to make sure he still has his head in the game because this is a game, and it's still close.
8:06 to go in the fourth. Back to pass. Caswell, quick throw! Almost picked by Shine. He jumped the route. 3rd and 1. A Qantas Shine almost made one of the best plays of the season as he flew right into that passing lane.
Yeah, if the Swarm defense can get a stop here, get this Queen City Corsairs offense on a 3 and out. Boy, what kind of momentum shift we're talking about, Cam, here. Getting closer here to the midway point of the fourth quarter.
3rd and 1 at the 39. 8:05 to go in the fourth. Hand off Odom running right. Got a block. 1st down. Shine with a big hit out of the 44-yard line. Quick look. Odom is slow to get up.
Oof.
Did he get up?
I'm sure. I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
I'm sure he did. Okay.
Ooh. That was Queen City getting a little worried there.
Well, the way Caswell's been playing too tonight, I mean, he's had his moments as well. So, I don't think that this Corsairs, coaching staff would mind putting the game in his hand if they had to.
1st and 10 to the 44. Back to pass. AJ dumps it off. Boy, I thought there for a moment as Shine's going to make the tackle. I think Caswell wanted the out route at the bottom of the screen, and that got cut off. And Caswell almost made a bad decision there.
Well, don't forget who's over in that area, Eric Vincent. So, you see that, I used to call him green sleeves, but he's not wearing them tonight. You see old green sleeves over there That's a no-go.
2nd and 11 at the 43, 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Split backs, handoff. Odom, nothing. Odom, no gain. 3rd and 11. Roland and Shine combine for the stop with 6:50 to go in the fourth. And before this game gets even more exciting, quick rundown of what Week 10 looks like. Carolina's at Atlanta, Tallahassee at Mexico City, Indy at Chicago, Alaska at San Francisco, OKC at Tulsa, London at Queen City, first of 2 meetings, Dallas at San Antonio, Houston at Vancouver. This is 3rd and 11 for Caswell, going long. It's picked off by Lee. 30, 35 to the 38-yard line, and Atlanta's in business, and they're buzzing.
Yeah, I mean, look, the momentum shift has absolutely happened, and Atlanta's as hot as they've been all night. Although this isn't on the other side of the field like you want to be, if you're Queen City, you kind of see that as kind of a punt play basically on 3rd down. Take a chance, see if we can break this game open. But what you've in fact done now is just give all the momentum to Atlanta and this offense, who are just coming off a huge touchdown.
Atlanta is trying to come back for the 2nd time down double digits leads this season. Hollywood picks up only 2 yards, finishing out that Week 10 slate. It's Houston and Vancouver, Sioux Falls. That's St. Louis. The early indications of the most important game to the playoffs might be London 3-6 at Queen City, either 5-4 or 4-5. And then you've got Alaska 7-2 chasing the top of the standings at 4-5 San Francisco, who's desperate to stay in the hunt. Hand off to Hollywood, 2nd down and 8, and King blows him up, no gain.
Yeah, and it looked like he had something there if he was able to break that tackle from King, but King just too powerful, too good a tackler to let BDG Hollywood get out of his grasp.
Hollywood, 17 carries, 13 yards. The 3rd leading running back in the SFL. 3rd and 8 at the 41-yard line for Woods. Woods, deep drop back, throws a bomb down the field, caught, and Allen breaks the tackle down to the 27-yard line. 1st down, Atlanta in scoring position. Unreal.
DeMar Woods, you have just been invisible this entire game. But again, in the clutch moments, this guy plays clutch. I mean, it's in his genes, Cam. This guy here making some of the best passes we've seen here on Fan Night. Wow, just incredible ball placement, puts it where only his receiver can get it, and just has the arm strength to go deep downfield. We've seen that accuracy downfield. Love to see him do it again.
L.B. Allen with yet another big catch. Woods drops back, checks it down, Hollywood, and right there is Avery King again, but it does pick up 3 on 1st down. Oh, boy, Hollywood took a shoe to the helmet there.
From his own guy.
Yeah, teammate didn't see him.
And that's just no regular team. The big old offensive lineman took a foot to the nose by the big ugly. Maybe that'll get Hollywood going, though.
2nd and 7 to 24. Woods to throw again. Down the middle. Picked off. Phoenix Blue diving to make the play at the 5-yard line with 4:25 to go.
Yeah, that's the dangers of testing those deep waters. You know, you're putting the ball up into areas of they've got this Queen City secondary. They can come away with a pick or two, and got one there, boy. And they needed it. Queen City, Atlanta was knocking on the door, take control of this game. And your defender there just gave you a little breathing room.
Phoenix Blue has 2 interceptions tonight. Hand off to Odom. Odom! Picked up and thrown down by Shine, a loss of 1.
Yeah, there's been some times where Odom just looked like the most powerful back here in the SFL this season. And then there's times where this swarm defense has just been, basically swarmed him and been all over him. So here, this deep in their end zone again, we're looking at these run plays, Cam.
Phoenix Blue now has 6 interceptions on the season. Handoff goes to Odom, and Odom only got the yard back that he lost. 3rd down and 10 from the 5. Atlanta not close to being done yet. Brown with the tackle.
This sets up really well for Atlanta. If they can go ahead and get a stop here, then they should have very good field position. Boy, Less than 3 minutes left in the game.
3rd down and 10 at the 5. 4 receivers for Queen City. 19-14 Corsairs. Atlanta won the first matchup 24-17. Handoff Odom. Hurdles a player. Ash Odom got the first down at the 15-yard line.
That is huge, Cam. That is so huge. Clockwise, these guys can take all the timeouts away from Atlanta. Maybe take away their hope. If there's one play in this game that might have decided this matchup, this contest, it's that one.
Did look like the early indication was that he did get the first down. I don't think it's worth at this point a challenge for Atlanta. Queen City has 2 timeouts. Atlanta does have all 3. Dags with too many 1 bits. I can't keep count so much as Odom picks up 6. Tackled by Vincent. Odom now with 112. He's definitely won that competition with BDG tonight. 2nd and 4, and that clock continues to tick.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Odom is the only player that we're going to see have the ball from here on out. If he can continue to have success on runs like that, he can run this clock totally out.
2nd and 4, the 21. Atlanta has got to come up with a stop. 2 in the backfield. Ticking the clock down now to 7 on the play clock. Handoff to Odom. Odom stopped in the backfield for a big loss. Coming around the end was Lee. 3rd and 8 coming up on the other side of the 2-minute warning. What a game it's turned out to be. It's the game we always hope we get. A close nail biter in the 4th on Fan Night, presented by APM Music. Man, this is critical. Both teams are 4-4. It's the last meeting of the regular season between the 2 ball clubs. Both are in the same conference. It's 3rd down and 8. Odom is going to be wrestled down behind by Shine, and Shine jumps up and calls the timeout, and here's Atlanta's moment.
Absolutely, on a platter for them. How does Woods recover from throwing an interception on the last series? Is he going to show that big playability that he flashed on the previous 2 series to get them back into this game? A lot of question marks, but a lot of them all surround Woods and his ability to get the ball to his receiver.
Atlanta should get this ball around their own 40-yard line. Let's see where this punt goes. Wow. Oh boy, I didn't expect that. Ball at the 43 after the return, short return now from Allen, who's in for Dot.
And here it is, folks. Here is likely your ball game here. If Atlanta can put together a solid series here, boy, could they trump Queen City in their own house.
Every game is critical. Less than 4 weeks left in the SFL regular season. 1:49 to go in the 4th. Can Woods get it done? Woods outside, caught by Chisholm. The Atlanta sideline, and goes over and gives Eric Vincent a bro hug. Pick up a 5, his 3rd catch.
That's fine. This early into the series, go ahead, get your quarterback. You know that he has had his issues tonight with accuracy. Get him a nice, easy catch that stops the clock, makes it a short 2nd down, gives him a little confidence to make the next throw, and you start stringing those together. Before you know it, you might be in the end zone. 2nd
and 5 at the 48. Down to 8 on the play clock. Woods to pass again, and trouble! Goes down, a loss of 6. Terrible offensive line play. They just let Tad Myers right through.
Yeah, and he wasn't alone. I mean, this defense got a lot of push from both sides. I don't know what was said to these defensive linemen, but they did what Atlanta has been doing at times. They swarmed, and they swarmed to the quarterback, giving Woods absolutely no comfort in the pocket.
Crowd louder than they've been all night. 3rd down and 11 at the 42. 4 receivers for Woods. Woods dumps it off to Hollywood, and Hollywood's not going anywhere. Timeout Atlanta. They're out of timeouts. This is the ball game.
Got to understand the situation of this game. I mean, in that play, we've seen that a few times tonight, and it has absolutely done nothing. I mean, you take that play and you throw that one out of the playbook. Obviously, that's a check down and something they're trying to do long, but but too many times Woods has just checked down in that play, and it's just put them in the most awkward of positions here.
4 receivers for Woods. You wonder if he's rattled after that sack. May have not have known it was 3rd down, 4th and 10. Woods down the middle of the field, cuffed like Chisholm, down to the Queen City 31-yard line, and here we go.
Yep, tick, tick, tick. They're going to try and get up on the line, get either spike it or get into the playoff.
They're going to run another play. 1:23 to go. Woods again, looking deep. Oh, almost intercepted. Oh, that was dangerous.
And almost deja vu right there. Similar in that middle, deep end of the area of the field. This time the strong safety nearly gets away with grabbing one there out of the air and plucking it and winning this game for the Corsairs. Boy, dangerous throw for DeMar Woods. But we've seen him make some dangerous throws tonight and complete them. Is there any doubt that he is going for the win right now?
Allen's at the bottom of the screen, Chisholm top of the screen. Nickel look for Queen City's defense in those bright green socks. Atlanta in the silver and black. Outside, Hollywood, he dropped it. What is wrong with Hollywood tonight?
Yeah, certainly not on his A game, but maybe a blessing in disguise. Cam wasn't going to get anything anyway. It stops the clock. Save them from having to take a timeout, which I don't know if they have or not. So, again, 2 downs here to try and get a 1st down or maybe try to get in the end zone.
Another standing ovation for the 4-time champs. 3rd down and 10 at the 31 for Woods. He did it last time on 4th and 10. 1:16 to go in the 4th. Back to pass. Woods, good pocket. Woods middle. It's dropped, incomplete. Pass with Phoenix Blue in coverage. Would have been a difficult catch, but he got it in the hands. Did Green. Another 4th down.
Hits you in the hand, you got to come away with it. In this situation where at the end of the game, those catches matter. Boy, it does stop the clock, but now you've got 10 yards here to get a 1st. Or try to make something happen. This could be the ball game.
This is another shot for Atlanta to keep the game alive. The winner goes to 5-4. They need the 21. Woods changed the play at the line. 5 in the box for Queen City. Back to pass. Woods, what is he doing? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, disappointing, Cam.
Speechless.
Just not the play call that you want in that situation. But look, let's also remember, Atlanta had put him in that position, Woods in that position, after 2 drop passes. So just, a tough play call to get in that situation. And, if you're Queen City, congratulations on the win. Looks like that you're going to come away with, but you also have your concerns. I mean, Atlanta so close to winning this ball game after Queen City really dominated them on both ends of the ball tonight.
Well, I think the biggest takeaway tonight, if you're a Queen City Corsair fan, is I think we found some defense. I think we found a run D. You can't gauge this performance on our defense is now top 3 defense in the league in terms of the overall picture, because Atlanta's not Tallahassee or Alaska, but Atlanta's got a great run game and they shut that down tonight.
Yeah, and they really did it on both ends. Outside of some bigger chunk plays by Woods, they shut the passing game down as well.
Well, Caswell there, I don't know if you saw that
run, and they just had a really good game plan tonight.
I don't know if you saw A.J. Caswell went over to the Atlanta, who was walking over to the Atlanta side. Looked like he had some words for the Atlanta bench. I don't know. These 2 teams are rivals. And obviously Atlanta doesn't like the way this game ended. Wow. What a game. It was close. Atlanta had their shots. They had their chances. And ultimately just put their quarterback in a bad position, and he made some bad decisions down the stretch. Final score, 19-14. Queen City over Atlanta in a defensive struggle. Atlanta only ended up with 196 yards. Queen City was sub 300 as well. And the Queen City Corsairs and Mexico City Aztecs are now both 5-4, tied for 2nd place in the East, and they split the season series.
Well, Cam, for Atlanta, if they get anything out of Hollywood in this game, it could be very different. just absolutely shut out both in the running game and in the passing game. That's your most dynamic offensive playmaker. And once they shut him down, Woods just had a really difficult time finding his wide receivers. There, one of the rare times there that he was able to do so. But let's remember that's the single only touchdown they were able to score offensively. The other touchdown came, they did score those 2 touchdowns offensively, but one came on a pick six that was down to the 1 yard line. So, a majority of the time, the majority of their scoring came, really from the defense, at least half of it. So, if you're Atlanta, a lot of work to do offensively, but also you got to remember this Queen City defense is playing out of their mind.
So Atlanta falls to 4-5. Chicago is 2-7. Those were the 2 teams that were in the Eastern Conference Final last year. Vancouver is 3-6. Another team that was in the semifinals from last season. So 3 of the 4 teams sub 500, with Mexico City now starting to find a rhythm, defending their title. 19-14, Queen City gets the advantage. Atlanta and San Francisco will now jostle in tie-breaking scenarios for the 10th seed with 3 weeks to play. As Ricky Matthews is the player of the game. He made all 4 of his field goals. Can't deny that.
Well, yeah, it's usually not a very entertaining game when a kick team, but this one was really really. Thank you, SFL fans.
From Compro Field in Buffalo, New York, this has been a special presentation of the Simulation Football League and the SFL Network, presented by APM Music on Twitch.tv. We'll see you tomorrow night for Tulsa and Sioux Falls from our SFL headquarters. Good night, everybody.
Bye, Felicia.